Custom battles in Dragon Ball Sparking Zero are insane. If you don't know what they are, basically you create scenarios and you enact what you've laid out. And to give you an example, you can go into the custom battle section and play bonus battles from the team that created the game. Also, you could just play other ones other players have created. But, you know, with creating it, there are multiple different ways and multiple things that I figured out with creating that one that I have there that I'll be debuting in a video soon. Definitely my first try, but I want to get more creative a little bit later. So anyway, we're going to talk about best tips and tricks that I found after fiddling with this for like 5 hours yesterday. I was actually really shocked at how long I had spent building that other one. I'm not going to lie to you. So let's go ahead and dive in and see what we can do. So to start things off, you have 3 different options: normal, simple, and copy. So copy is interesting because with this, you can pretty much just copy a bonus battle you've played already, and then you change the characters out, long story short. So if you wanted to do that, I mean, it's a very short and easy way to do this. You also can go in and create a simple version. They give you a template here where you're creating it based on whatever scenario you're choosing. Thrilling battle with last minute comeback, exciting team battles, battle against overwhelmingly powerful opponents, one-on-one duels to the finish, battle with odds stacked against them. And with these, you go in and you don't really have a lot of options. You basically just choose the characters, the location, and then some like title screen stuff, and that's pretty much it. And then you go in and it's already enacted. So let's say we wanted to do Trunks, right? Let's just say that versus the Ginyu Force. You'd go in and you'd play out this entire scenario in a very simple fashion. Now, where most of the bones for this are is in the normal edit section. This is where things are really interesting because with this, you have a ton of customization. So I'm going to give you a brief outline and then I'll shift over to mine because I'll give you guys some tips based on mine. But before we do, make sure you subscribe for more Sparking Zero tutorials, gameplay videos. I'm going to be creating these and sharing them. I'm going to be playing other people's. I'm going to be doing community online battles, all that fun stuff. So make sure you subscribe. We're trying to grow the channel, so I'd appreciate it greatly. All right. So with this, you get to, again, you choose the characters that are taking part in this. Quick note on this. If you wanted a cutscene with Super Saiyan 2 Goku or something, right? You need to have Super Saiyan 2 Goku, from my understanding, as a playable here. Just, again, don't quote me on that, but that's pretty much what I have seen. Or maybe you could do guest characters here and it would work with a cutscene. I guess I'd have to try that out. I'll have to figure that out on my own and I'll figure it out. But yeah, the point is that if a character is not available as one of the main battle characters or probably even a guest character I'd have to see, like I said, to be in a cutscene, then they're not going to be possible. Like I have one that I'm working on. I'll show you in a minute. And it's Super Saiyan Vegeta, but in the cutscenes he's base. Maybe I'll add him as a guest and that'll fix it. We'll see. But that's pretty much it. Battle environment, kind of unfortunate. There's not a lot of variance here. These are the only locations we have now. Hopefully in the future they add more just overall to the game, and then that by extension does mean they're added here too, and you can, you know, apply them. But with some of these you can change, you know, the scenery for them. Outside that, you can change which music is being played, and then rules, time limit, fusions, transformations, switching, CPU fusions, transformations, switching, flying. You can do all of that stuff. So very straightforward. The effects settings and scene settings are where most of this is at though. So let's look at the scenes. I'm going to start with scenes. So you have the option to choose openings, endings. You can also, when you get into effect settings, you can also set custom win conditions and all that stuff, or like special win conditions like they have in story mode. So I want to create a scene and show you what that looks like. Okay. So this is this is where things get kind of silly. So you can do a 2D cut. I haven't done any 2D cuts personally, but there's 3D and 2D. So 2D, from my understanding, with my brief testing of it, is just kind of like just, you know, the shot. You could do some narration and that's it. Like I don't really see much reason to do 2D cuts personally right now. Maybe in the future I will. But based on the characters you have selected, if you have guest characters or other characters, you see right here, Face Off 2 is a template for how they would be looking. And obviously with the image, there's Krillin and stuff like that on the left side. But for me, it's only Goku and Frieza. So if you choose this, another Goku. Oh, that's right. I have Super Saiyan 2 Goku on the team. I was like, wait a minute. So that's how that looks. All right. So if you choose this one, there's an example of that with Frieza. And so what we'll do is we'll just choose this one here, this Face Off right here. There's a lot of different variations. Don't be afraid to scroll through and see which one you like, because and by the way, just per usual, quick tip, don't go bottom, don't go down, excuse me, go side, the right, left and right analog stick. or D-pad. It's early. Don't judge me. All right. So here's a fun one, actually. Let me maybe choose this. Ooh, that one's clean. That's clean. So there's a lot of variations. That one looks really clean. So what you can do, I guess I'll, ooh, what is this? Hold on. I'm kind of getting excited here. Oh, this is just a, okay. I guess I'll choose this one. So what you can do here is you can change multiple things. The poses these characters are in. I'll actually take character 2 off. Okay. Well, for this one, it has to have him there. Okay, I guess we'll put Frieza. Let's put Frieza in place of that other Goku. And the expression, power charge, strong. Look at his face. Look at his face. He's getting all freaking crazy about it. Release key. Let me see this one. You can change which key you have there. This is all Goku, so watch Goku. You could do charging here, gathering key, instead of releasing. That's pretty cool. Sit and relax. Let me see this one. He's just chilling with that angry face too. Oh my god. Sit cross-legged. Bro is tweaking with that angry face. So you see where this is like, this is silly but really fun. Look back at it. What? Clenched fist midair. This is why I said also I spent so much time on this, because you could do a lot of things. Talking here. Okay, you'd have to change his expression for some of this to actually look cool, but it's just silly, right? Ready fists. So this is the last one I'm going to show. There's a lot of options. We'll go to gathering key here. And so, like I said, you'd want to probably change some of these expressions. In severe pain. Look at the face. Oh my god. Also, you could change a lot of different things with some of these. The effects on there. You see the lighting effect with the hair. You could do that. Sometimes there's aura highlights. You can also change Frieza's stuff as well, of course. You could change if he has some of those effects on. You could change the camera panning. So here's a look at this one. It starts with Frieza. It pans around a little bit like that. Circle around. Okay. I think I still just like the base zoom out, though. Yeah, I'll leave it as it was. And so here's where things are fun. Well, it's all fun, but here's another fun thing about it. All right, so you have narration options. So you can choose a lot of different stuff here. You could basically talk with any character you want that's in the series. I mean, we could have Upa freaking saying something, you know, like Gine, whoever you want. And so I gotta say, this is where things are like kind of annoying though, because the customization, the sorting options, are not good. Like, okay, assumed names, a form, jobs, like type/affiliate. Where's just the simple sorting by alphabet? Like, why is that not a thing? It's not by default. Like, there's A's up there and S over here. Like, where's the simple? So like, I know where I'm going. The characters are pretty shuffled in here unless you're gonna like filter it down. But without filtering it down, it's kind of hard. So like, it went from 649 results down to 284, because sometimes there'll be other stuff in there that's not an actual character name. And so that's what I'll typically do. And then I just side press until I find who I'm looking for. It's not the hardest thing, but the sorting options could be much improved. And that is something that you're going to see throughout the entirety of this creation process, is that these filters are a bit of a hindrance. Even once you get the hang of it, they're still not great, right? And there's no sub menus, because like, you'd have to like click race and then go in and then see what they have here. Saiyan, high class. Okay, like there's no sub menus either. I don't feel like that's asking for too much, but that's kind of where it's a little bit tricky. Also, there is, but there's not a lot of control over what you're changing. You can either take a flat phrase where there's no switching of any words, like this, right? You can't do anything here. These are just flat phrases from the series. There's thousands of them. All right. Or you can take a phrase where you switch one word out of a phrase, like get up Goku. I could change this to say get up whatever in terms of like a character name. It can't be get up Saiyan or something like, well, it may be able to be get up Saiyan, but it can't say get up Kamehameha or something stupid like that. So that's where things are a little bit, a little interesting. Maybe technique is an option. Berserker. Okay, whatever. So within reason is the point, right? It has to kind of match the modifying word that you're using there. trading with Piccolo, I'll defeat you, Cyberman. So you could choose, again, a flat phrase, a phrase where you switch one word, or a phrase where you switch two words. This is where you have a little bit more control over it, but that's about it. So like there's no like custom text, like you can't type out anything else. And that's obviously because they don't want people saying or finding a way to do something that they shouldn't, like profane or anything like that. So you have to kind of dig through here. And like I talked about earlier, the sorting options are not great. Not great. You have to really know what you're looking for. Sorting by emotions is, I guess, okay. You have to really know what you're looking for. There's 25 superiorities that have 2 switches. Okay, let's see what options popped up. Majin Buu is finally annihilated and peace returns to Earth once more. So for this one, I think I would want something that's more like triumphant, I guess. But that's not really... What's the closest? Uplifting, joy, high and mighty. Like, so you can also do multiple of these at once and it narrows it down more. Let's do high and mighty, I guess. I'll begin by taking out Planet Namek's Goku. You Saiyans who dare to defy God must pay for your sins. You can switch out Saiyan and God there. So like you could have fun with that. So the once proud Prince of Saiyans has come to this. Saiyan has nothing before the might of a super elite. Okay. Enemies of Earth, you and that daddy of yours are pathetic. That's stupid. So this is all a human is capable of. You're still nothing compared to an android. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can change this. Let's just say. So that's all that a. I was looking for monkey earlier because I was doing a Frieza quote and I couldn't find monkey, so that would have been fun. That's all a Saiyan is made of. You're nothing compared to a Tuffle. This is a baby one right here. This would be perfect for baby. Look at this. I haven't put a speaker on, so it doesn't say their name above it, but you could do that too. And then you can add more captions. Well, I guess only 2 for this one. You could add more captions and it would keep going. Like another text line would pop up midway through that. And then you have screen effects that you can do like these, right? You can do slow motions, which admittedly I didn't fiddle much with. I'd have to test this a bit and see how it looks. Oh, okay. I see. So it would stop there. Okay. That's interesting. Yeah, you've definitely got to fiddle with this stuff. And then after that all, you basically come down, create a thumbnail for it so you know which one it is. There's my thumbnail. Perfect. And then after that, you hit finish editing. And it's a new scene that's added and created. So you can do this and save and choose it. So now that scene open, when I go into this as a test, that scene will be selected. And that's a basic look at scenes. You can have, like I said earlier, scenes for the endings, regular win, regular loss. And then in this effect settings is where you set special conditions. You press the R2, special match, win or loss. You can do that here. And then you can make certain things happen. If you get this certain special win condition, I guess I should backtrack a little bit. So in the effects setting, you basically set rules. And then once the rule is met, then the effect you set plays out. It's a very standard system, not very hard to get the hang of. So at the top, it's on auto. It's nothing is set. There's no condition here. So I could just click no conditions. It'll activate once. And then that's the qualifier. So it'll just activate at the start of the battle. And then I can, after that, trigger certain things in here. Like force transformations, display text. Like if you want to put a line of text in there, you have basically that other menu we were looking at a second ago. You can do some sorting, leader here. Let's just do ghost, and then you can choose this Saiyan latent potential or Satan latent power, and then it's going to let you change the word Saiyan here. You could find Saiyan and keep it the same, or you could change it to Berserker, right? So like right here, it says at the bottom, display text ghost, Berserker's latent power. That would trigger at the start of the fight, right? But if I were to change this, I could take this off. Go to the sub menu, delete it. You could take that off. And then if I wanted to just do something a little bit different here. So I guess let me actually just show you mine. So that way let me just show you the test run that we created with that opening. And then I'll get out of here and I'll show you mine, the one that I spent hours on, so we can look at that. and you guys will get a good example of this because I've got a lot of effects laid out. I never got to changing this part. That's a little bit further down the list, but it's not like it's the craziest thing. Bang. And then we get into the fight with the qualifiers set. And then that's it. And then, so the thing about this is we're going to get to mine right now. When I was working on mine, I'm not going to save this. I had to nerf my Frieza several times. No, I didn't mean to play it. I guess I'll show it. I had to nerf my Frieza several times because dude was hard as hell. Because I gave him a bunch of stuff. Frieza at long last. Let me show you what a Super Saiyan can do. Yeah, that's kind of annoying thing about these texts too, is that sometimes the verbiage isn't great. A legendary Super Saiyan. You can change all the background musics for every scene and stuff like that. I gotta figure out how to make it just transition directly into this. I don't like that 1 second where something else happens. You forgot to address me. That's not polite, Vegeta. I guess you must be thinking, oh, whatever. Use whatever attacks you want. I'll still be the strongest in the universe. And then Vegeta says, bah, that's quite enough of your useless chatter. Come at me. And so the gimmick with this one that I have set, and you'll see it now, is multiple things. So I have them both set to where they reach certain HP thresholds, they transform, and then other effects trigger, like healing. Like when Vegeta gets 10%, he gets like a semi Zenkai boost thing. He gets his second wind. He gets healed like 20% of his life. He gets a buff that's get applied to him and things like that. He gets sparking mode. So like I had to like do a lot of finicky stuff like that. I have Frieza set, by the way, to where when he gets low, he transforms to full power. And he enters sparking mode, he throws an attack, and then he follows it with an ultimate. It's really bad. If you get hit, you're going to die because he has so many buffs. It does like 35,000 damage. So, like I said, I had to nerf it several times and basically buff Vegeta as a result. Because if you can't clear your own custom battle, this is the one rule you need to know. If you can't clear your own custom battle, it cannot be shared. You have to be able to beat it, because if it's unbeatable, at least by you, then it's not great. So as you get better, then you'll be able to put out harder content, I guess is the point. So I'm gonna let Vegeta just get hurt. And so you can also change a lot of different text in the battle. Like, you know how they have the dialogue during the battle at the bottom of the screen? It wouldn't be voiced, but you can add different, when you hit certain thresholds or different things happen, certain amount of time elapses. There's a lot of different ways you can do it, and I'll show you all in a second, where you can do different texts and different effects and different things that are going to trigger. You can also ban moves. You can ban the character from using a certain attack while they're above a certain threshold. Like, you can do a lot of things. There's a lot of optionality with it. All right, so I'm going to transform here, and it forces a cutscene. It seems you lack the appropriate degree of urgency. There's no time left to toy with your prey. Super Saiyan shouldn't be a problem now. And then he's going to instantly transform. I had to add the cutscene because I found that if Frieza's like Super Saiyan, I found that if I didn't add this cutscene, you could actually just kill the Vegeta before he was transforming. So I had to force it to happen. And the same goes for Frieza. I didn't put a cutscene on Frieza though. And you see all the buffs Vegeta's applied. He automatically enters sparking.
Feast your eyes on Super Vegeta's Big Bang Attack!
Guess we'll proc Frieza's transformation. It should proc like right now. I think his is at 30%. I guess not. It's not time yet. Okay, it's really close. Where is it at? Stop it! I don't want to actually play. Stop the bang. Nobody cares about the bang. Stop it. I don't actually want to play. Actually, I do like playing, but I don't want to play right now. There it is. Right? So for Frieza, he has no cutscene, so he's got to be still, I think, and then it'll trigger. Stop, dude! Oh, by the way, I'll show you this in a second. Dude, come on. Vegeta's gonna get his other Zenkai boost right now. Or soon. Yeah, it's like right here, right? Are you kidding me? Stop! There it is. He got the heal and the bonuses. I guess we're gonna show that. I quite literally just want to show the Frieza, but I can't.
I have become the Prince of all Saiyans.
I think I'll toy with you a bit.
I had to lock in for this fight. Good lord. I was not prepared. I gotta lock in for this shit. Stop! Alarm going off. I'm not ready for this! Alright, hold on. We gotta retry this. Good lord. I'm not ready for this. I'm playing extremely bad. My hands are not ready for this fast-paced game, dude. I quite literally just woke up. My hands are not ready for this game. I gotta stretch my ligaments, get moving. I'm old, buddy. All right, we got this right now. Yeah, like this game is way too fast for this right now, for me right now. I mean, I'm also just not great, but I'm not ready for it. I want to proc that transformation. Had to use a boost to win that. See, I'm not ready for these fast movements either. Like, I keep vanishing and then stopping. I'd like to hit him with a big attack. That would do it. Oh, you can also do fun stuff like as soon as a condition is met, have the character automatically use a certain skill. You can make a skill unblockable. That missed. Okay, my bad. You can do a lot of stuff. And I'll show you it as soon as I get to show you the Frieza transformation. But I was going to say earlier, but I got sidetracked, that you can set difficulty settings and you can also change the difficulty setting when certain things happen. Like, one of the ways I nerfed this fight was he goes from not easy, but like it's a scale of 1 to 20, and 20 being the hardest CPU in the game. He goes from that, he climbs up to like 18, and then at a certain point he actually goes back down to like 10, so he gets much easier. On this transformation, Vegeta gets a lot of buffs, so the attack bonus should be enough here. I'm gonna just throw the ultimate now. That's gonna land.
Feast your eyes on Super Vegeta's Big Bang Attack!
Is that the best you can do?
It might mess around and kill him. It almost did. So I think I have a special condition set if you win right there before he transforms. So he's gonna enter and do an attack immediately. This is gonna miss though, right? Oh, never mind. That one's unblockable, so. But he enters sparking immediately, and look at the buffs he has below his sparking bar, or key bar. So anyway, that's just it. I want to get out of here. Bad gameplay aside, that's an example of one. And then I do have other conditions set. So let's take a look at the effects that I have here. And like I said, I do want to find a way to make it. As you saw, it was base Vegeta in the cutscenes. Well, you didn't see the ending cutscene. That's mainly where I care about it. Wonder if I could set him as a guest. So another thing too with this is it doesn't actually let you set the same character. That's what I came across. So maybe if I set him as a guest, I'll figure this out and it'll work. Yeah, I think that works. Because now if I go into my scene settings, I could probably switch out Vegeta for Super Saiyan. I'll toy with that a little bit later. So here's a look at my effects page right now. I've got a lot of effects, and they're sorted, right? Because these are basically folders. I open the folder and all these other things are proccing. So this means nothing to you. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. So this one is just here at the start of the fight. It's going to trigger that cutscene, right? It's going to trigger the cutscene. It's going to ban the ability to transform. And if you stand still, he'll do an emote. That was something I was just playing with. But yeah, so the point is that Vegeta can't transform until he reaches a certain threshold. I have that completely banned off. Next up, this is the transformation condition. I had to change this a lot. This was initially at like 20%, but I found that at that low of a number, you could mess around and get killed before he transforms. So I changed it a lot. I may still lower it, but nonetheless, yeah. And so here's that other cutscene. This event is the other cutscene where he punches Frieza and then does the transformation. So I have it set to trigger that first. He'll transform. He gets a little bit of a HP recovery of 70%, a little bit. And then the opponent changes strategies. So Frieza's attack strategy switches. The CPU will focus on using Vanishing Assault and closing in for melee combat. So this is another thing. There are a lot of character settings like this that you can get through missions in the game or through the Zenny shop. You maybe went to the Zenny shop when we're looking at these and didn't know what they were. They're basically CPU settings for customization. And you can do a lot of stuff there. Also, I gave him a buff effect, greatly increases attack power and movement speed for 10 seconds. The CPU is set to level 16 by Vegeta triggering a Super Saiyan transformation. Also, Vegeta forcefully enters the sparking state, and then it displays the text Super Saiyan Vegeta right there on the screen when he does this too. So I have all of that within one. And so you can create 50 effects, apparently. There's a lot of wiggle room with that. there's a lot of wiggle room with 50 effects. So right here, this is Frieza's condition. When he's at 30%, he'll transform. He gets a buff of increasing defense. He recovers 60%. Force action sparking. Blast hit 2, unblockable, will do 20% flat of your damage. He adds the buff effect, massively increases attack power, movement speed, and greatly increases his defense. So basically, he gets like a last stand thing going on. So you can see why he was pretty difficult to fight. Form change here. So on the form change, it should display the text Frieza's true power. I need to fiddle with this one. I don't think it was procking the way I wanted. And then defeat. When he's defeated, it will trigger this event. And like I said, you can also do the special conditions. Oh, you can do 150 because each page, there's three tables or pages, I guess. Each page can hold 50. You can hold a lot of effects. This is why I said you can spend hours on this. So here's a look at the scene that plays when Vegeta wins with Super Saiyan. I need to swap him out for Super Saiyan right there now that I have that. Special win, defeat the opponent with the ultimate blast, and then you'll trigger this scene that I created. I'll show it. Or not, because it's not able to switch here. But you can do this like next episode stuff or whatever. You can change the song that plays. There's a lot of customization here. So let me show you the rules, because I've basically showed you what I had set up, but let me show you an example of creating one. So let's say I wanted to have Frieza. So this is the condition to trigger this effect that I'm going to set. Let's say if I wanted to have Frieza attack miss, effects will remain inactivated as long as the specific character is in the specified status. Could do a character switch. Let's just say after a flat 10 seconds, instantly something will happen, and it'll only trigger one time. As if you do this like 5 times, every 10 seconds it'll trigger, right? But only one time. So this effect I'm going to create will trigger 10 seconds in no matter what. Let's just do it to where it's HP loss, allies. This is so stupid. This is dumb. 99%. This is actually stupid. All right, let's go in. So you're gonna see, so after 10 seconds, Vegeta will instantly lose 99% of his life. Yeah, I gotta figure out, like I said, the little split here. I don't want this 1 second after this. I want it to transition directly. I gotta figure that out, because sometimes they do stuff like that. I want it to go directly into this. If anyone knows a fix for that, let me know. All right. Also, and since I haven't mastered that, I also still haven't mastered stacking a bunch of stories consecutively. That's another thing you could do, is stack a bunch of stories consecutively. Actually, I bet that one wouldn't be hard. That one's actually probably easier than I think. We're just stalling here. Oh, he's already transformed because he lost his life. I didn't even see it. That's so funny. I didn't even notice it. Oh, did it proc correctly? I mean, it had to, right? Because I transformed. I can't tell because he's back to 3 life bars, but he healed, so that's got to be what it is. That's hilarious. I didn't do anything and bro just transformed. So yeah, that's not normal. As you saw last time with the last fight, that's not normal behavior. So that is a look at that, and I'm gonna take that off. Well, I guess it doesn't matter if I forget. It's not hard to remember. There are a lot of these things you can do. You can also reorder this list, like switching them around, so stuff procs at certain times, right? You want certain things to stack in a certain order. That's basically how you would stack stories. In fact, just to tell you how to stack stories, I'm pretty sure it's just this. You go in, set no condition, and then you just create a bunch of different conditions where they play an event, trigger an event, boom, 1, trigger event, boom, 2. Like, you just do that. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. I wonder if it would trigger these events like all consecutively right here in the test. And I'll show the one that I created for Super Vegeta that's not Super Vegeta, but yeah. Wonder if that'll trigger right there. Let's see if it will. Didn't mean to save it, but it's okay. Yeah, and so anytime you make tweaks to it, you have to be able to beat it again. Can you not? Ah, here it is. I was like, wait a minute. Gonna show them all consecutive. Oh, it's gonna go back each time. Oh, interesting. So yeah, I need to figure that out because it's having the same problem as the other one. I want it to just transition, so I got to figure that out. But we're on the right wavelength. So that's my triumphant special victory one. I'm gonna make it Super Saiyan though, and add more to it. So that's custom battles in a nutshell. They're very straightforward once you get the hang of it. But it's more, you know where a lot of time is spent with this? A lot of time is spent with this where you're trying to either craft a narrative. Like, that's something I didn't really do much with this. I didn't craft much of a narrative. You can spend a lot of time with that. But also where time is spent with this, if I'm being honest, is just finding the right stuff. Because of the narrative. Like, that's where time with this is spent, is finding the right text. I changed a bunch of, like, I had text I like, but then I found something else and I was like, oh, I like that. And I went back and changed a lot of stuff. Like, I was doing that. And I still don't feel like I have the perfect text I like, but it would just be better. You know what it is? It'd be better if on the sorting options, they had a word search. Like, if I could just search Saiyan, boom, perfect. Like, just give me a search. I don't even need all the sorting. Just give me a search. Unless there's something I miss, which is, I guess, possible, but yeah. And so lastly, briefly, we'll talk about these things at the bottom. Like, they don't really matter a ton. They're very straightforward. Very straightforward. It's basically your title screen, what happens at the very start of your video, or your episode, I guess. Then thumbnail, you set tags, and that's how people will find this. Set it as GodTuber. I think I'm going to use that. You can also choose a different scene as your main thumbnail for the thing overall, which it didn't save, but okay. Ah, there it is. That should do it. There you go. All right. So now that we have fiddled with this in its entirety, hopefully you guys understand this system better than I did when I first started, and it helped you guys to get a good head start on this. So make sure you hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you were new. Like I said, so much content coming your way, you're not going to want to miss. And if you want to see more Sparking Zero videos, just click on this one on the screen where I cover the gameplay and how to use the impacts correctly, because the game really does not explain that well enough.